Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, special shout out to the M. Alex Broadcasting Company and Power 108.9. Proudly bring you show number 9 for the Gary and Harry Show.
Yes, sir. Show number 9, baby. Feeling fine. How y'all doing today?
Doing well.
Doing good. My man Drew back in the building.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's going on, bro?
Nice, man.
Good to have you back. And also, special guest today, another special guest, our man Brian Jordan. Thanks for coming in, man.
What's up, fellas?
Not much. Good to have you on. How
Glad
you
to be here, man.
How you
I'm
been?
sleepwalking right now, but
Yeah.
I'm here.
That's all right.
Team
We
No
cool with
Sleep.
that.
We appreciate you being here.
Absolutely. All across
I'm
the
looking
board.
at you the most, man. I don't know if you got like 30 minutes, but last night was a pretty awesome event. You want to talk about it real quick?
You know what? The NFC came to the Battery, and what a show they put on last night, man. I mean, 15 different fights, about 3 championships. I mean,
That's what's up.
it was packed, too.
Yeah.
Sold out. I think this is the first step of many, many more here at the Battery, I think.
Absolutely.
Love to hear.
We definitely got some more slated in the future, which is great. It was a lot of fun. Just seeing
Packed
the
the house,
entertainment.
man.
Oh my
Standing
gosh!
room only.
That's
Yeah,
how it's
even so, it was just like you couldn't find a good spot. I mean, there was every good spot in the world. You can go to the balcony down below, just making sure you have a great view. I was really,
Especially if you got a table.
yeah, right. If somebody had a table, that would have been so weird. Brian had a table. He
Yeah,
was
I did
good.
have a
Yeah,
table. That
Brian
was
was taken care of.
Good view.
Unfortunately,
Everything
he got his
good.
stuff in time. Just FYI.
That's what's up, man. It sounds good.
So
man.
good.
Everybody had a good night last night. Long night, but good night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just get into it, man.
Let's
You
hit
know
it.
the first segment, man. Get it off my chest. Let's go, man. Tell anybody who wants to go first.
Yeah, we've said it a couple weeks ago about the Aaron Rodgers activity, where he's possibly going. I don't need to waste my breath on him because I don't care. I hope he retires.
I'm tired of the drummer.
There it is.
Aaron Rodgers.
There it is.
I
Brett
wish
Favre Jr.
if he listening to me, I'm tired of you. Move on. And you know, if I'm the GM owner of the Packers, man, at some point you just got to get tired of all the drama every off season.
Absolutely.
You know, this guy is holding you up for the future. You don't know what next year is going to bring. And I just think he should just do everybody a favor and go to the Jets because I think that's where he's going to go.
That's the best route for him, I believe. Like I said, like we were talking about before, following the Brett Favre line,
Yep.
man. It's the
Yep.
same exact thing. He did the same exact thing that Aaron Rodgers is doing. He sat and watched him do it, so he's doing the same thing.
My former teammate, Brett Favre. Man,
Hey, look, hey,
I enjoyed it for
Gunslinger.
one little short year, man, and then the Falcons made the biggest mistake of their life.
yes.
Getting rid of
That's
him,
back
man.
when-
Oh, my God.
That's when Coach Glanville had him throwing the ball to the top of the stands, right?
You know what? It was two egos going at it.
Yeah.
You know, Brett Favre was coming out of college, man. You know, a young kid just having fun. He loved football. He loved his partying too. And
Oh, he definitely had that.
Glanville was the same way, and they just didn't get along, man. I couldn't believe it. You know, I remember Dion and I in practice. You know, this guy threw the ball so hard, man, and precise. It was like, man, he's going to be a superstar.
Southern
and
Miss.
next thing you know, he was gone, man. It was unbelievable. But, hey, he did his thing in Green Bay.
He did.
Aaron Rodgers doing his thing in Green Bay. Mm-hmm. Same ending, though, for both of them.
I understand. I know you tired of talking about him too, Drew.
Oh, I'm exhausted. The fact that he's going to the Jets even pisses me off even more. But let alone real question is, do you think him going to the Jets actually makes the Jets an actual team?
Yes.
I think it makes him a team.
If
Are
he
they
plays.
necessarily right?
If he
I don't-
plays,
if he
and that's
I'm
if he
not necessarily
chooses.
saying AFC Championship or anything like that, but they'll make the playoffs. That defense is good. They have a good running game. Garrett Wilson's a stud.
Yeah. They got some young
They
talent,
do.
man, on
And
offense,
they
man.
had
I'm
Zach
like,
Wilson and Mike White at quarterback. So
Which is why you can envision him joining the team because it is a little young defense,
Mm-hmm.
offensive weapons, Brees Hall, the 2 rookies of the year.
right.
End of the day, though, I'm not
Got
wishing injury.
defensive rookie of the year.
and offense.
Right, that's what I'm
Garrett
saying.
Wilson.
Oh yeah, that's right. You
Yeah.
got both sides. Yeah.
I'm not wishing injury upon anybody, but you can theoretically see behind that offensive line may or may not get hurt. You know, every other year it's the clavicle, it's something else has
Right.
happened to him. Again, not wishing injury upon him, but as a Patriot, as a Dolphin, we don't want him in our division.
Absolutely not.
But you know what? If he goes to the Jets, he's going to have that drive. You know, sort of like Tom Brady when he goes to
gotta prove
Tampa.
it. Yeah.
And, of course, he had the team in Tampa. I mean, he had a lot of talent around him. It will be the same thing. Aaron Rodgers going to New York, man. They got great young talent. They got a good young head coach. And for me, that would make me sign earlier so I can get there, work with those wide receivers, and prove everybody wrong, especially Green Bay.
Absolutely, but the media is going to eat his ass up. Like,
Light's a little brighter in East Rutherford, just FYI.
He's coming from the Green Bay Gazette and now the New York Post.
Well,
and all
that's
that
true,
media.
too.
The media's going to eat
Oh,
him
yeah. It's
alive.
all
press-
the
but
New
you
York
know
media's
what?
crazy.
Great players thrive on pressure.
Now, one question I was talking about when you bring up the receivers in Green Bay, when they brought the young receivers in, he wasn't trying to fool with them. He didn't even come show up to the off-season workouts.
Right.
Now, I feel like in what you're saying, when he gets to the Jets, okay, should actually be in our off-season workouts.
Right.
With this young stud who I actually have, who could be another Devontae Adams type. You never know. So, I mean, I think he would go to off-season workouts, but exhausting.
Time to retire.
I'm with it. Either way, the drama needs to end either way for me. Get him out of Green Bay or just be done with it.
Could be worse. He could be like Brett Favre, retiring, unretiring, and then retiring again, and then
Basically what he's
unretiring.
doing, bro.
Well, same as Tom
Yeah.
Brady,
Yeah, we
Yeah.
all know
the
that.
GOAT.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, well,
Even there was talks about him and Philip Rivers coming out of retirement for no reason.
that's
Philip Rivers.
Yeah.
that's
He
dumb.
got like 17
Oh yeah, that was the
kids.
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis is like so desperate for a quarterback. They're like, Phil, you want to come back?
No.
Hey, we got
Hasn't
it.
he been gone for like 2-3 years already?
2
This
years.
would be the second year.
Yeah.
He's got like 17 kids. He's coaching Alabama football. He's doing all kinds of
He's
stuff.
doing all kinds of
Somebody's
stuff,
been
man.
asking.
That's how desperate the
Yeah.
Colts are just for a quarterback.
Yeah,
God
last
bless.
year. Yeah,
Matt finna hang him up, so I guess.
I think he's gonna be a good commentator.
I think he
Matt
will be
Ryan?
too.
Yeah,
well, I think he's
Oh,
a
yeah.
good backup quarterback
For who?
for
Is
Indianapolis.
he done?
Who?
Matt
Matt
Ryan?
Ryan?
Is
I
he
think-
is
I
he
think-
done?
All right, so you're
Not
saying that they
officially.
draft somebody
Oh,
and
son
he's
of a
like
bitch.
the mentor.
Well, I think they're gonna draft somebody for sure. They
Right.
definitely got to get a quarterback, and I
I
think
think
he's
they're
gonna he's a probably mentor.
I think
their
they're
young
gonna go with Will
quarterback.
Levis. I feel like Levis is going
I
to
don't
the
know.
Colts.
Word on the street, Richardson's doing work right now.
He is, but
Anthony
it's still
Richardson.
a project.
Oh yeah, biggest project.
But he's
But he's a good project to
man.
have, though.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
you look how raw Lamar Jackson was going to Baltimore. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you create an offense around him. You know, he's unstoppable, and I think this kid, physique wise, body wise, is even stronger and just as fast as Lamar Jackson.
But
so,
you know who I give the body comparisons to? Cam Newton, man. They give that.
He's not that big.
As far as
Yeah.
solid, well, he might not as weigh as
Well,
much
he's
as Cam,
244.
but he's still
He
244. So
weighs
he's
a
a lot,
lot,
man.
man.
He's under like 10 pounds what Cam Newton
That's what I'm
was.
saying. He's not.
If you're talking size comparisons, I go Andrew Luck. He about 6'4", 244.
but
right?
he's a lot faster than Cam, though. A lot faster.
Yeah, he's
than Cam.
faster than Cam.
Yeah.
He's not as powerful as far as overall build, I don't think.
But I think he has a stronger arm. I know Cam had a good arm now.
That's
but
an arm then.
this
'cause
guy has a stronger arm.
If you see him as that raw talent, that obviously he should go somewhere and sit behind somebody and kind of watch, right?
Right.
My thing is Seattle. You just locked in Geno Smith to a 2-3 year contract, right?
2 year. Yep.
2-year contract.
No, it was 3. I'm sorry. 3. Yep.
Either way,
I'm glad Gino got his money.
yeah,
He
and
got his
deserved
money,
it.
finally.
Good
He
job,
earned it.
Gino.
He earned it. He was literally just cast away on every other team that he was behind, just
Mm-hmm.
the backup, never given a fair chance. And then he's balling out in Seattle. I could see Seattle drafting Anthony Richardson as a project and just learn behind, watch him, learn what he does, and then when you're ready, 2 years, take over.
Well,
I agree.
actually, Gino also said that he wouldn't be against mentoring quarterback if they drafted one with the what they have 6 or no 7. I think
They
have
got 2
5.
first round
they're,
picks.
that's right. They do have 2 first.
Yeah, they got
rounds.
two.
The first, the 5th pick.
The fifth pick.
If I were them, I would trade that first pick and
The
get
fifth
Build
overall.
some
The
capital.
fifth overall?
Yeah. Oh yeah, get some
Oh, yeah.
capital.
Yep.
You should.
Because, I mean, I really think Richardson will be around. People trying to move him up the board really quick. I don't think that's going to happen. I
Lamar
think
got
when
picked
draft.
32, right?
Yeah, Lamar was like the last
And
pick in
Ozzie
the first
traded
round.
back up to get him
Yeah,
too.
Ozzie, yep.
So with that being said, I've even seen mocks where if he falls to the Falcons at 8, take him and let him and Ritter battle it out. I'm like,
Absolutely not, man.
I said no too.
No.
I don't
mean,
think so.
You got it. Well, now that my man in Georgia, his status is dropping a little bit because of the whole accident after the season.
You want Jalen Carter?
Yeah, Jalen Carter.
If
I
he
think
drops,
he's going to drop to 8, man. I think the Falcons
all day.
cannot pass on that.
All day.
Even Nolan Smith.
You remember-
Even Nolan
yeah.
Smith would be a great
Yeah.
steal.
You're
Yeah.
right.
You remember Larry Tunsil? Gas mask
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
draft day.
That's right.
Falls all the way to the Dolphins. We're still getting the benefits from trading that dude out and swapping him for picks.
Absolutely.
That's right.
If
yeah.
you can get a Jalen Carter to fall to the Falcons, oof, man.
And they were talking Larry Tunsil might be in trade talks again because he's up on a contract year, and the Chiefs is what they were talking about because they just lost Orlando
They just
Brown
lost Orlando
and
Brown.
the right tackle was
I think they're going to re-sign Orlando Brown Jr. They allowed him to hit the market to see what he can get.
They were still trying to work on a deal though,
I
but they
think
let
he
him hit
would
the
be
market.
cheaper than Larry Tunsil because Tunsil is like if he's in the last year of his deal, that's got to be like a damn near $30 million cap hit.
Oh, he's gonna come with it. He's gonna want that money.
Yeah.
He's gonna want that money off top.
Where's Laramie at right now?
Houston.
Oh, that's right.
The only thing that Houston got.
Anything. That's all.
They
Really,
just signed
the only
Robert
thing.
Wood, so
Oh, my apologies.
Oh, Bobby Trees.
Yeah.
Now, we mentioned Lamar Jackson a second ago. How do y'all feel about the whole situation? As far as once he got the tag, the exclusive tag, all these teams saying we're out. I don't understand.
The
Now,
non-exclusive franchise
Right.
tag, which means anyone can negotiate with him. The Ravens have the opportunity to match it, and all it's going to cost you if you really want him on the team is 2 consecutive first-round picks.
yes.
I'm doing that in a heartbeat.
Baltimore ownership put their family jewels on the table and really said, "All right, fine.
let's see
you
what
want
happens."
to you want to see what your trade value, what your actual value is. Watch. No one's going to pick you because we're going to pay you what we expect to pay you. No one wants to give you an astronomical number.
Well, the whole problem, guys, is the guarantee. I mean,
That's
we all
it.
know that. We all know that, and I think with his past injuries, a couple of years, one, I think he needs to get an agent to be negotiating.
Him and his
But not
mom.
with his
It's him and his
man.
mom.
It's not with
Yeah,
the mom
and I
thing.
think that's one problem.
That was cute when he first got drafted.
Right. I mean, he should have been locked up 2 years ago. To me, if you had a good agent, just pounding the Baltimore Ravens to re-sign him, that was the first mistake. And now that he's in this situation, now I'm like you. The Baltimore Ravens are saying, "Hey, test the market. You just got injured 2 years in a row, and you think somebody's going to give you that much guaranteed?" And I know the whole Watson kind of just blew everything up in the whole
Destroyed it.
league. I cannot believe Cleveland did that, but they destroyed it all for all the
did.
owners. I'm gonna just be honest
No,
with
that's
you.
exactly what they
because
did.
everybody's gonna be demanding that type of guarantee, which, as you're seeing right now, Baltimore's already taking a stand.
Mm-hmm.
We're not the one. We're not going to do that. And I think the league is just following Baltimore's lead. So he has to do something, man. He is too talented, man. And at this point, I think he's kind of angry, mad.
He is.
So the best deal is a trade. I really think for Lamar Jackson.
I think so
Separate,
too.
fresh start.
Yep, fresh start.
I think so too. And the main thing for Lamar at this point, like you said, he's kind of upset. He's his own agent, so he's the one sitting at the table getting all the bad, the good and the bad. We don't trust this. I feel like last year's injury, I kind of want to throw that out the window because I feel like him getting nicked, he was like, nah, I'm shutting it down regardless of what's going on. Mm-hmm. And
Injury is still an injury, though.
it is. And then on top of that, now that you've got the motion of, all right, now I can go test the market, people like the Falcons, the key I understand now why they didn't want to just jump out and say that. If you just say you give them an offer and you give them the league, you got to give them a $250 million check for like a week. And you can't do anything in free agency for that first week of free agency. So they're like, well, do we want to miss out on the frenzy or do we want to go all in on Lamar and just try to get this quarterback and miss out on the pieces that we need?
I get what you're saying, but I think it's just a smokescreen at this point because there's too many people that leak their business out there and then they kind of want to redact it and try and bring it back. It's like, no, we weren't actually going down that route. But in reality, they probably are. And it's just like, I'm not trying to have everyone know our business.
They did the same thing with Deshaun Watson. They said they weren't in there first, and then they were the last team right there with Cleveland until the guaranteed Brinks truck backed up.
So if no one signs or no one gives an offer for Lamar, what does he get? He gets what, $40 million?
Yeah, I get
for
45, I think.
45?
$45
1
million.
year deal.
Still a buttload of money.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but there's no
It's a
guarantees
security.
to it,
Security.
And that's
Security.
where you look at last year when he didn't play in the final games and in the playoff game that was truly important, where everybody thought he was going to probably suck it up and go play, and he didn't.
Absolutely.
I think that's the same case this year.
About the contract.
Without that contract, he's going to have that same mentality, and I think he's ruining his career, and I think the Ravens are ruining their chances of winning another Super Bowl. And, I don't know if you guys heard the comment that Richard Sherman talked about. He was kind of comparing Barrows and Lamar Jackson. If it was Barrow in this position, he would get that long-term deal probably. But the fact that it's Lamar Jackson, and it's like you can't even make that comparison because Lamar Jackson's never had the talent around him as Barrow has around him. I would love to see Lamar perform with that type of talent where you don't have to run. The pressure's off of you. You can throw the ball down the field, which is going to make you even better because teams are going to still be looking out for your legs. And I mean, those receivers that Burrow have are unbelievable.
3 deep in Cincinnati at receiver.
Yes.
And
Most
they keep
people-
a good tight end.
Most people don't even know who their fourth is, and I still guarantee that their fourth is probably better than what the Baltimore has.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're talking Rashad Bateman. His best weapon out there is a tight end.
And-
Mark Andrews is a
Andrews.
dog.
Yeah.
He's a dog. Don't
And
get it
everybody's
twisted.
been triple teaming him, and then you're done.
And who was the main one that was pissed off when Lamar was hurt? Mark Andrews. 'Cause
Yeah.
he's trying to get open. He's yelling at Huntley. He's waving his hands like I'm open. Like get me the ball.
Yeah,
Yep,
Anthony
you're right.
Brown did no
And,
justice.
and
either.
Lamar gonna look for him every single time.
He went from
Either
a-
first or second progression.
He went
Yeah.
from a top 3 tight end in the league to just disappearing because nobody can get him the ball.
And
Man.
he's an intense dude. He be on the sidelines pissed.
Yeah, I mean, the last 3 games of the season, I mean, you didn't even see him out. I thought he was injured.
So
I
the only
was
thing
like-
and Bateman was hurt, and the only thing you had was Devin Duvernay, and he's a return dude.
Right.
You know, and then they really didn't have a running game. J.K. Dobbins was hurt all year. So it's like, come on, man. What do you expect? And even with Lamar, I say, even the season before, he got hurt in the pocket. It wasn't even like he got hurt running the ball.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, the injury thing for me, I'm not necessarily. Yes, true enough, the last 2 seasons he didn't finish. But I'm not necessarily sold on him being injury prone with that tag as everybody's
Yeah,
giving
I
him.
mean,
No,
I
but
agree.
it is what is ultimately holding up the contract and the negotiation.
Oh,
is
absolutely.
Because of the fear of what you've done the last 2 years. And it's
Right.
like, I don't want to hold that against you. Phenomenal player, former MVP. But at the same time, how do we justify giving you all this money when there is that looming over us? You have
agree.
a chance to get injured.
But you can also say his argument: bring me some players.
Now, just
Give me a
hypothetically-
chance to throw the ball down the field.
But then you're gonna have to
hypothetically,
take less
you
money.
drop him in Atlanta's offense. Hypothetically, right? We already have a top 5 running game, right? You have Drake London. I'm pretty sure we'll sign or draft the number 2. You'll have Kyle Pitts coming back healthy. It's pretty good offense, man.
Right.
If you look at it all the way around, and with Arthur Smith's offense, which he can do RPOs, he can do traditional, whatever he wants to do, and with Lamar, you can literally do anything.
Right.
It will look good. I just don't want to. Once I've said before, I just don't want to handcuff us when it comes to filling those holes because we need to get that defense together. I'm tired of us having a bad defense.
I think, without a question, who has the better offense between Atlanta and Baltimore with Lamar Jackson at quarterback is Atlanta.
Yeah.
But the same way that you can look on defense, Baltimore, without question, has a better defense.
Absolutely.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Absolutely,
Yeah, but I would love to see that happen.
man. What the
to
city
be
would-
honest,
city would be
you know.
insane.
And with all the cap money, the cap space that the Falcons have, the number 2 team in cap space in the league, I think you can build that defense, especially if you use the draft pick, bring in Jalen Carter. And now I think with all these free agents, Ramsey from the Rams, he's available. I mean,
They got him
come
out
on, you
there.
can rebuild that defense
Just shot
to a
Derrick
number
Henry right now,
top
too.
5 defense real quick with all this money, man. And you already got a good offensive line.
I mean, that's
you
just
know.
whether they're gonna bring back McGarry or whether
McGarry,
they're gonna
that's
bring in
right.
somebody else. But yeah,
I'd personally go after Orlando Brown instead of McGarry.
And throw
You
him
got
at
the
the
money
right.
for him.
Yeah.
or
I think Orlando Brown will
McGlinchey.
cost you more, though.
Glitchy's
I
a
like,
free
sure.
agent.
I like McGlinchey from San Francisco too.
It's
at that
another
right
one.
tackle.
Yep.
He's a natural right tackle as well because you got Matthews at the left. So I was looking at McGlinchey pretty hard, but we'll
Young
see.
line, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Young
And you
line.
have the best right guard in football in Lindstrom, and of developing center. Things can happen, man. So since we're on NFL, we love this time of year as far as the offseason. Combine just got wrapped up. Anybody got your eyes on for your teams? I know with the Patriots, y'all
No, I'm good.
you good. You just wait to see what happens.
I'm just Bill O'Brien.
Yeah,
It's Bill
I
O'Brien,
understand
that's
you
all
being
I care
upset.
about.
I understand. You
Also,
like the
it's
move?
like-
You happy to
Oh,
bring
I
him
love
back?
the move. Don't
you
get
happy
me wrong.
bringing him back? Okay.
Yeah, it blew my mind how everyone was like, "Oh, Mac Jones is sensitive now." All of a sudden, when I got that report, I'm like, "Well, he's not sensitive.
He
All
had
right, he
two
played for Nick
defensive-
Saban.
He
All
had
right,
two
shut up."
defensive coaches.
He's
coaching
frustrated.
him on offense.
I'm just saying, though,
Yeah.
if that was my first name, I'd be sensitive.
McCorkle.
McCorkle.
If that was my first name, I'd be a little sensitive.
So do you expect more out of Mac Jones?
Absolutely. I want to see what his freshman year in the NFL was like because that kid was a pro. He made the Pro Bowl, fakely.
That's what,
He
the
had
15th alternate?
yeah,
Something like
pretty
that.
much.
I know.
He
When Huntley made it,
he
I was
had-
like,
yeah.
come
That
on.
blew my
had
mind.
2 touchdowns
Yeah.
on a season.
Yeah,
Good job,
come
y'all.
on.
But no, like he had a great rookie year. He had a lot of records his rookie year. I mean, obviously he has that championship caliber because he won a championship. I think under certain performance and certain personnel that you can excel. I think last year's personnel was not the answer.
Right.
And we
Why
also-
won't Belichick turn him loose, man. Let him do his thing.
Well, I think that's what the reason why bringing in Bill O'Brien. We all thought Bill O'Brien was going to come in last year. Didn't happen. Should have. And then we all sat there and be like, all right, well, who's going to call plays? And it was
The defensive guy.
yeah, the defensive guy.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right,
Two
well,
of 'em.
yeah, Joe Judge and freaking
Pat back. He used to coach the Lions.
Patricia, sorry.
Yes.
Matt Patricia, and I was just like, what are we doing, y'all? I mean,
Right.
That's what Matt
it was a
saying.
great experiment, and then we just all looked at. I guarantee you, Bill Belichick's like, well, I'm never doing that again.
No, he's never done that before. Nobody's ever done that before.
How many DCs are usually the OC?
None.
Doesn't happen. Or call plays.
Yeah, that
Right.
was
They were
already,
calling plays.
Yeah.
already interesting move, but good luck to you. He's going into year 3, year 4,
Three.
year 3.
Year three.
Yeah, this is the show me time.
Give me a receiver.
Prove it.
I want Aiden Addison out of USC, or I want the
Dog.
TCU kid
Johnson.
Quentin Johnson.
Both good
Big,
talents.
versatile wide receivers that could just.
Addison, Stephon Diggs gave Addison the wide receiver 1 tag at the combine.
I'll take it.
And he's nice, man. He is nice.
He's a little slow, but
I give
he's
him.
got
He
speed.
reminds me of Brandon Cooks.
Cooks ain't
yeah.
slow.
No,
I was
he's
about
not.
to say,
He's
Cooks
not. I'm
is
saying
slow.
game speed. Addison's moving. I think he ran like a 4.5.
Yeah, he was.
But
he was
game speed, he pulling away from people.
he couldn't get out of the block, so I was like, oh,
I think he'll be all right, man. He's a hell of a route runner for one.
yeah,
But Johnston has the size.
yeah. That's what
He
I'm
has
looking for.
that. I don't want to go as far as Julio, but almost that kind of frame.
But then again, Patriots in the first round never draft a
Never
wide receiver
draft. Never.
because we all know with the last one, Keneal Harry. Where is he at? Exactly, nowhere.
Then
Either
y'all
drowning on the bear somewhere. I
and
think.
you just got rid of. Y'all just let Jacoby
Jacoby
Myers.
Myers probably walking too. So
I mean, he's in free agency already. He's already on the market.
You guys need another Gronk in New England.
Yeah,
Hunter Henry is that guy.
he's
Oh,
He's
okay.
no way.
He's
man.
okay.
If he actually gets the ball.
You gave the money to the wrong tight end. You gave it to Jonnu Smith.
That's
yeah,
true.
we all know that.
That's true.
We tried to do the Twin Towers shit, and Jermonu Smith is just a blocking tight end at this point.
Y'all tried to bring back the Gronk Hernandez thing.
Yeah, we all
and,
tried, but,
that was a
try
that
to-
was a different.
Maybe it'll be different
Duo.
this year.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be
That
an
duo was
opportunity.
insane.
Maybe we'll have more of an offsetting offense where it's like you don't know who's getting the ball.
And Stevenson's gonna be the one, or
Absolutely.
okay. So I mean,
Absolutely.
can y'all please stop that? Because
Hey.
fantasy owners need to know who's running.
Why
the
are
ball.
we talking about the Patriots,
It's-
man?
it's just 'cause
Brady's
it's-
gone, man.
Good.
It's
You can
no
talk about
good.
anything else. I
Patriots.
really don't care anymore.
That's
We're
fine.
good.
I just had to say.
I got that out of my system. We're all
That's
good.
all I needed.
Hey,
That's all I
perfect.
needed.
I'll take
So,
it. Thank
bring
you.
it over to
Let's
you.
talk about them Dolphins.
That's right. Let's bring it over to you. How you feeling?
I'm not going to use the word maybe. You used maybe like 15 times. Being a Dolphins fan, I know what I get. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to just continue to look forward to next year. We'll see what happens.
Get a quarterback.
We're working on it.
Uh-oh.
But at the same time, we also
Just picked up his
extended
option, too.
to his 5th year. So
Yeah, they picked him up.
23,
man.
right?
By the
23
way,
and a half?
I love how your head coach at the combine was like seeing a video of himself. He goes, "Oh my god, that's me." I was
I love your
I
coach,
was
man. I love
dying
him.
how
He
corny
seems
this
like
guy.
Do you
a
know how-
20-year-old head coach.
He's
like,
like a mad scientist to me.
Yeah,
he's like a
he's
young.
like-
you know how nerdy he is.
He
man.
is,
Like,
Oh, he's a big old nerd.
I
he
love
just-
it.
He gets off on stuff like that, and I think he's doing it to mess with people. But at the same time, like it seems very authentic and genuine. So it's just like I don't know. Maybe he still thinks he's a kid.
I still crack up when he talks about how he saw Tua's game tape when he was at college. Like, I watched your game tape. You sucked.
I just like watching them on the sideline just panic and not know how to use the timeouts
Absolutely.
and
The
when
one-
it counted most, man. They had the game.
They did.
Oh my
You
goodness.
bringing it back for him now.
No, he's right, and it's what
It's
kills
true.
me. And the clip, I was saying it over and over again because it's not fun to watch, and you just hear him screaming out, "Clock, clock, 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 clock."
Yeah.
Not enough. I'm like,
It was
God.
unbelievable. I was
Don't-
sitting there like watching them crash and burn.
Is you watching in slow motion?
Yeah, it was like slow motion, just panic.
And most organizations have like not only a legitimate time clock personnel,
Right.
but like
Right.
teams just to manage the time. So I'm just like, yet another shot to the Dolphins franchise. Like,
But you know what? I think he really learned from that, man, and he is chomping at the bit. He has the talent, man. I like my. If they can just get Tua to stay healthy, man.
we just
And I don't think
restructured.
Tua is the answer to me.
I get what you say.
Look, it was his 5th year coming up, man. Come
This is gonna be the 4th year.
It's
But
4th year.
But they picked up the
his
fifth year option. So
on.
When he is healthy, you saw the numbers he was putting up. So our goal is to obviously solidify that offensive line around him, give him time, because there's no way someone could tell me that Waddle and Tyreek Hill are not two decent receivers
They
to
both
throw
went
to.
over 1,000, didn't
They did. Tyreek Hill broke the Dolphins' all-time single-season franchise record. Jalen Waddle's continuously getting better every year.
Right.
He had 100-something catches as a rookie, as the rookie record, breaking Anquan Bolden's record. There's
Dog
offense there.
knows.
You just got to thank you, I appreciate it. Just got to solidify the offensive line. Give him time to obviously throw, but. Like I said, and you're like, oh, they're not going to restructure Tyreek. What do they do?
That's exactly. I did it quick. I was not expecting. You
told
called that one. You called that
They
one.
needed to restructure Tyreek, and they basically gave it to him as a bonus, so that saved us like literally $20 million.
Yep.
They're going to restructure Armstead. They're going to restructure a bunch of people. I do feel bad, though, ultimately, because of what the medical issues have been with the Dolphins, specifically with Tua, concussion protocol and everything,
Right.
is Byron Jones.
Yeah.
Byron Jones signed this big-ass contract with the Dolphins. He had all the hype in the world coming from Dallas. Unfortunately, he never really got to touch the field for us due
Right.
to these injuries.
Right.
And now he's blaming the medical staff, saying, I'm never going to be able to walk again. I'm never going to be able to run or jump
Oh
again.
yeah, he
So
did
it's
say he
like,
can't run or jump anymore.
I'm like, well, that's your career. At the same
Absolutely.
time, like, I hope we can somehow pay off this contract to him, but not have it count against us as like a salary cap, give him like a commissioner's medical exemption or something at the end of the day. But I do feel bad for him, but it is a business. We all know football. The
Right.
injury rate in football is what? 100%?
Yeah.
99.9?
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Now, speaking of that, that's where I think Richardson should go. Miami.
Why do you hate me? Why are you doing that?
What do you mean?
Why are you doing that?
I'm just saying. I think
And that's a big
should
move.
stay in Florida.
They're
and go
getting
to
Miles.
Miami.
They're getting Miles Sanders anyways.
Dolphins?
Yeah.
Y'all wouldn't. Y'all stay with running backs like that, but that's another running back that can't stay healthy, in my opinion.
Re-sign Jeff Wilson to a 1-year deal. Bring back Mostert if we need to. Because
Injuries,
Yeah.
even
injuries.
at 50 years old, he's still the fastest running back in the league.
Injuries.
So
Talk about injury prone. Both of them. Injury
yeah,
prone.
but everyone's going to get injured if you don't have a line.
That's
There's
true.
no offensive
Well, that's
line.
true.
You don't have time.
That's also true.
You can make a deal and get Derrick Henry for no reason.
The fact that he's even on the block now at this point is like,
Because
well,
Titans are
he's-
just a dumpster fire. Just
I
waiting
love
to
Mike
happen.
Vrabel, but
Yeah, but they're done.
I think they're giving up too quick.
They're
yeah,
just.
I think they're giving
Once
up
you
too
ship
quick.
out AJ Brown and he has the stellar career that he just had, yeah, I'm just like I would be the same way.
because
To hit the reset
believing in
button.
Tannehill for all this time, I still don't get that.
Well, they drafted.
Well, he's done
they
now.
drafted the quarterback last year out of
Malik
Liberty,
Willis.
Malik Willis. He had his
Yeah.
chances, but he
He
wasn't
did
ready.
not
I mean,
do
it just,
anything.
he was not ready,
No,
man.
absolutely not. And
not
it's,
ready for
I
that.
even was looking for the Falcons once he started dropping in the draft. Pick him up.
Yeah.
Why not pick him up? But I mean, seeing what you see, but it also depends on your coaching, depends on your situation.
Right.
You know,
Offensive line.
Offensive line. You put Malik Willis with maybe Arthur Smith. You maybe looks a little different. But I mean, this is one of those things. Now, for me, as far as Falcon goes, like I just told y'all, I'm worried about the defense at this point. Quarterback wise, either Lamar or we rolling with Ritter, and just fix the defense. I've been since
So tell me what you think about Ritter.
not enough of a sample size.
Real small.
4 games, so 700 yards, 4 touchdowns, only 2 turnovers, I believe it was. He has escapability. I like his accuracy. I think full offseason as a starter, you can see something. You could get a bigger sample size this year and make your decision based off of this year alone. Now, if you bring somebody in to compete with him and they look pretty decent, you give him the start at the beginning, almost like how we did with Mariota last year, see what he can do. If not, switch it out. But for me, I don't think Ritter's the guy. He doesn't have that it factor to me. But I'm not mad at seeing what he can do. I don't necessarily. If we don't find a way to get Lamar, if that doesn't happen, let's see what happens at this point because there's nothing else you can do.
Well,
You
you
said,
got no
Falcons
choice
got,
now.
you said Falcons got the second most salary cap, right?
Yes.
I'm
$75
spending,
million.
I'm spending all of that on defense. I'm rolling with Ritter for 1 year. I know who's coming out as a quarterback in next year's class. If it doesn't work out with Ritter and you've already established that defense, and then you get that phenomenal quarterback in next
Caleb
year's draft,
Williams.
bingo.
Caleb
Yeah, that's
Williams.
Oh shoot, he is a
Bingo.
forgot.
And don't sleep on May from North Carolina.
He's not.
There's going to be
eligible.
another quarterback class, but I
Yeah.
think we can all
He's
agree
a-
for next year's class. Obviously,
Oh, Caleb Williams, top of
Yeah.
the
You also
cream of the
got
crop.
Quinn, you also got Quinn Ewers coming out of Texas. You also got everybody coming out of
Now, quick question with yours.
also who's
Is-
been the last good Texas quarterback?
Vince Young.
Vince Young.
I'll wait.
I'm
But
gonna
go
ask
ahead.
you.
Okay.
I'll ask you about yours real quick. Now that Manning's there, Archer's there.
Ewers were so Ewers is going to get beaten out, and he's going to transfer.
So okay, that's what I'm gonna say. Because if Archie beats him out, he's not a top. He's not a first round pick. If Archie beats him out this year,
Also, if he's transferring, he's not going to be in the draft then.
No, he's going to honestly he's going to get the Spencer Rattler treatment.
oh, I was so disappointed in Spencer Rattler. I'm still disappointed in him. I remember watching him play in a Under Armour game as a freshman, dog. And I'm like, okay, you going to Oklahoma, you get Lincoln Riley, okay, you gonna do something. You end up having to transfer, and now you're at South Carolina trying to make
And
it
he
work.
did good at South Carolina.
He had a good.
bro.
He had a
Yeah.
good last year at South Carolina. This last year he played pretty well at South Carolina. I will admit that.
Let me ask Brian a question. Hold on. I'm curious about this one. As a rookie coming in, since you've been in both leagues, what is more intimidating? Like, what's locker room is more intimidating, the football locker room or baseball locker room?
Oh man,
Especially as a rookie. Like,
definitely football, man.
Yeah.
'Cause,
It's a different
you know, you got the rookie pranks and all that stuff, man. I mean, they were back in my day. It was brutal because I mean,
No
they
holds barred.
It's no holds barred. You can do anything you want. And I remember after one practice, they taped this rookie up upside down on the goalpost. He's just
Upside
hanging
down.
with tape all over his body. And me as a rookie walking by him, I want to
God,
help
it's
him,
not
but I
me.
can't
Help
help
you,
you,
bro.
Like, dude,
I can't help you,
you
dog.
got to stand up for yourself at some point. But I mean,
Sounds
it was definitely football, man.
It sounds like a receiver or a DB.
It was a receiver.
Yeah.
It was a receiver.
So
Yeah.
just manhandled by the lineman.
Exactly.
Nothing
Exactly.
you can do about it. Sit right there.
And
toddler, like a
That's it.
toddler just getting
Yeah,
put
yeah,
against
it
the
was.
wall.
It was-
You can
It was
envision
crazy.
as a rookie walking by, like, bro, I want to help you, but
If I help you, they
You
come
think I
for
got
your
my
ass.
own?
Like,
I
man,
got my
I'm
own
gonna
things
do
I got to
that.
figure out. All right, stay,
trying to
head
survive
down, stay
around
low.
Suck it up, man. Suck it up. That's all you can say.
Yeah, I mean, I can only imagine, and you've been through it, and you know, we play ball when we coming up, but I can only imagine like how that cut day or those cut days actually feel, man.
God, man. Because I actually got drafted by Buffalo.
Okay.
So, you talking Bruce Smith, Cornelius Bennett. I mean, all these great defenders,
Hall
man.
of
And
Famers.
here it is. I'm trying to be the starting strong safety over Leonard Smith and all those guys. The White Stone out of Oklahoma.
Okay.
I mean, they had a defense for you. And, coming in as a rookie, you got to establish yourself. And for me, I broke my leg and dislocated my ankle in the Senior Bowl. So I was supposed to be me or Steve Atwater, the top two safeties taken in the draft. And I broke my leg, dislocated my ankle in the first quarter of the game. Running across the field to hit Cleveland Gary out of University of Miami, and my own teammate took me out, man. So I had to fight my way back.
Yeah, you
I ended
did.
up getting drafted 7th round by Buffalo, which I was totally shocked.
Right.
Because the doctors at the combine looked at my leg and was like, man, you're not going to return as the same player you were. And I was like, okay.
That's how you feel, huh?
Because I believe I'm
Right.
going to prove you wrong. And that's what I did. So Buffalo drafted me. And in 3 months, I was running straight ahead, full speed with plates and screws in my leg. And I show up at camp, and they were like, no way you ready to play. Now, I could go straight ahead, full speed, but I couldn't go side to side. And I'm like, look, I'm ready. So I'm in
Figure it out.
practice. I'm like clubbing the receivers. And, I mean, I'm impressing my man, the head coach, which was Buffalo's
during the run.
Levy?
My God.
Yes.
Levy.
Yes.
Yeah, Marv Levy. So here it is. I'm thinking I made the team. I'm leading the defensive backs and tackles camp. I mean, I'm fighting in practice. I couldn't stand Jim Kelly at the time because I knocked down one of his passes. And he was like, "You rookie, you don't ever touch my ball." And I looked at him and said, "You better hope I make this team because I'm gonna come back
I'm
and get
coming
you
every
man."
time.
So I thought I made the team, and because the last cuts happened, and you sitting in your room like praying they don't
Come
knock on your door.
Come on.
And I'll go down to the training room, man. I got my gear on and I'm working out, and the trainer comes and gets me, and he said, "Hey, Marv Levy wants to see you." And I'm like, "Cool,
Let's go.
Hey, let's go,
Made it.
let's go,
get this.
Let's go.
And so the door opens to his office, and he's not smiling. I'm like, "Uh-oh." And he looks at me and says, "Hey, man, we love you here in Buffalo. You had a great camp, but you're the 46 man on a 45 man roster." And dude, that's the first time I've ever been cut anything in my life, man. And
Gut punch.
God, it was a gut punch, man. To play with those cats,
Yeah.
man, Bruce Smith and of course they go to the Super Bowl that
Yeah.
year. And
So for the fourth time.
by the time I got to my car
Oh,
and was
man.
starting to drive, my agent called me and said, "Hey, you got a flight to Atlanta tomorrow. They want to do a physical." And I'm like,
On the
okay.
plane. On
And
the
who
way.
was that? Deion Sanders,
Yes,
that first
sir.
pick. I was like, okay,
Showtime himself.
here we go.
Prime time
And
has
that's-
begun.
Started 3 years for the Falcons.
Knows, baby. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it, man.
Never got a chance to play against Buffalo, though, man.
I know you wanted that game.
Oh, man,
I know
I
you
wanted
wanted
that
that
game, man.
I know you wanted that.
Jeez.
It was interconference, so back then they wasn't really. Were they really doing a lot of interconference back then, or no?
No.
I didn't think they
no,
were. They
man.
weren't really doing a lot of interconference.
So to answer
games.
your question, football. As a
Okay.
rookie, man. That was
Yeah.
it.
Well, we'll get back into that soon. We'll get to the point now. We're gonna pay us some bills right quick in this little mid break. Once again, take us to the break, my brother.
Yeah, if you don't mind, we'd like to give a shout out. You want to show the cup?
Yeah, man.
We got a cool thing in the works now. Pulling up. My Karma Creations specializes in homemade custom tumblers. That's custom with a K. Small orders, large orders, business or personal usage. It's a female-owned company. Give your beverages their own personality with a unique design. Several sizes available. Shipping is available. The gift you can't walk into any store and find. Each design gives you that one-of-a-kind feel. Check out the cup that Gary's showing off. We got an opportunity. Please go to mykarmacreations.com and
2Ks, Karma Creation.
use the promo code. We got you guys. I'll be happy to have you again on the show, and we'll talk about it more when we come back from the commercial break.
See you in a minute. It's pretty wild. It's a lot of twists and turns.
And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we're back with episode number 9. Coming back from the commercial break. That promo code for you was GH Show 15 for those Karma Creations sweet tumblers. GH Show 15.
15% off Karma Creations. Appreciate you, Karma Creations. All right, guys, welcome back, man. Brian, Drew, how y'all doing, man? We good?
We good, man. Let's go.
Let's do it. All right, man. So got baseball coming up. Right now, the baseball class is in full swing. We're in spring training. Of course, we all know we repping Braves around here. We got us a Red Sox man right here. I guess we'll start with you, man. Y'all did it. Y'all
I know,
brought
right? Isn't it shocking? Brian's sitting over here like,
Yeah, man.
I thought I knew this guy.
He is
Damn.
all of that. He is
Yes,
all of
Brian,
that.
you thought less of me than you ever expected. I'm just
all
saying
day,
it real
all
quick.
day for my man.
Look, I honestly talking about the World Baseball Classic. I am so
Yeah.
happy this is back.
Yeah,
like,
me too.
I love watching like just baseball players having fun and they enjoy the crap out of the World Baseball Classic.
get to
Let
be with
alone
your
Team
people.
USA.
Stacked.
Oh my gosh!
stacked this
Like
year.
if you can't with the Dominican Republic, even more stacked, and how scary that team looks.
Japan, too.
And it's scary to think that the Braves are going to play the Padres the first games home. Woo! That
ready for
team
that.
is going to be dangerous as hell. But I mean,
If
overall,
they can stay healthy.
if they can stay healthy,
Yes.
Overall, like that U.S. baseball team, I'm
They
excited
are
for them.
stacked,
I think
man.
they play 9:00 tonight.
I
Yeah.
think it might be 11.
Britain.
I think it's 11.
Oh my God, they roasted so many fans because how like Britain's all about soccer and football. Are like, you guys only play baseball. You guys are the only one that plays baseball. And they're like, all right, Britain, you're up next.
Right.
Right.
I mean, in case people don't know who's on this USA World Baseball Classic team, you got Pete Alonso, Tim Anderson, Nolan Arenado, Daniel Bard, Mookie Betts, Freeland, Goldschmidt, Mary Kelly, Nick Martinez, Jeff McNeil, just naming some names: Ryan Presley, JT Realmuto, Kyle Schwarber, Will Smith, Mike Trout, Kyle Tucker, Trey Turner, Adam Wainwright. Like, we got a squad, man. Bobby Witt Jr. at third base. We got a squad, man.
I was gonna say outside of probably Bobby Witt Jr.
Other than that, that's what I said.
Nolan Arenado's got to feel good. Like I don't have a backup. Like it's just me.
Yep.
Oh, I
I'm
know.
just that
I
good.
know.
Well, they
Absolutely.
ranked the top 50 teams with the WBC teams and actual like MLB teams. And the top two right off the bat was USA #1, tied with Dominican Republic.
for
sure.
And then it was the third team was I think whatever like
Puerto
the
Rico.
first team. No. The first team in the MLB, I think it was the Padres, the offensive scoring capabilities.
Okay.
So they ranked USA 1, Dominican Republic 2,
Oh, I got you.
Padres 3 for offensive like caliber
got
and
you.
scoring.
Wow, okay.
Gotcha.
So I was like, damn, that's saying a lot.
I mean, with the Padres, they're gonna be putting Tatis in the outfield now. Like that's
Good.
That's
Just
crazy.
make
That's
sure he
smart
stays
thing.
away
No,
from
it's
you.
what I'm saying. As far as the lineup, like,
But he still has to finish his suspension though.
yes, he does.
Yeah.
That's a
How
key.
many games
That's-
are left on that?
I gotta look that one up.
That is, I do not know how many he has left, but how it was like 60.
It was
wasn't
80 games.
It was 80.
It was 80 games.
So yeah, so
But
he
he got it with like I would say maybe 45 games left in the season kind of thing. So
Right.
he's probably got
Surely
like
half,
another 35 games to go.
But does
If
it,
that, I don't think it's that many.
Probably a little less.
Yeah, it's probably a
so I
little
mean,
less. than
true
that.
enough, they're going to be stacked as far as that goes. Now, as far as going back to the classic though, Acuna's playing with Venezuela. Great Britain they had a pretty not Great Britain, it was the Netherlands. They have a pretty nice team. They were doing pretty.
Yeah, they
good.
got they have Didi Gregorius. They have
Yep,
Bogarts playing because obviously Turks and Caicos and
You got Trump,
right.
Yeah, right.
Atlanta Braves catcher.
Yeah, they got they have Anderson. They have not Anderson Simmons. They have used to be the Braves shortstop. The other
Anderson
short-
Simmons.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Anderson
yeah.
Simmons.
Yeah, yeah.
They have him up.
Then
at
my
the
boy
middle team.
Andrew coaching over there.
Yeah, that's that's
Andrew
nice.
Jones.
Mike Piazza is the manager of the Italy team.
That's
How
crazy.
hilarious is
That's
that?
awesome, man.
I
loved it
saw
when
that.
I saw that.
By the way, let's even talk about the USA coaching team.
DeRosa.
Mark DeRosa's manager. The hitting coach is Ken Griffey Jr.
Mm-hmm. Come on, man.
The pitching coach is what's his name? It's not Wainwright.
Who you
I'm
think?
trying to think of the I can't remember on the top of my head.
Okay.
Brian McCann is the bench coach.
That's sweet,
That's
man.
that's insane.
That's
I was
sweet,
like,
man.
this team is so set up
I
for
think they were,
success.
like you would say, everybody's so happy for it to be back. And I think the performance we put on last time is like, nah, we can't go out like that because you barely knew half the team last time.
Right.
So I mean, now it's like, okay,
Well, USA won last time.
I'm just saying, but still, the team,
yeah.
you didn't really know who those guys were. You knew them if you watch a lot of baseball. And as far as the star power that they have on this squad, it's completely different.
I guarantee you, and I'm excited to see that those guys that you mentioned as coaches are going to eventually get a shot at the major leagues.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I think so. Yeah, it's a stepping stone.
Yeah,
Get
absolutely.
experience.
definitely can see McCann, Griffey if he wants to. Who wouldn't
God,
want Griffey?
if I saw Griffey in a dugout,
I don't
That'd
think
be
Griffey's
amazing.
gonna manage it. I don't think he wants
I
to. but
agree with you, and the only
Yeah.
place that if he does, and the only place that he should is obviously Seattle.
Seattle.
That's him all day long. Outside of that, like you say, we got spring training finishing up and having the classic. I think the USA team just played the Angels the other day, and it was funny seeing Trout on the USA team against the Angels.
The pitcher almost hit Trout.
Yeah.
Everybody in the Angels dugout all looked at each other like,
Relax.
come on, man.
If I was
Come
trying,
on.
I'd kind of fake charge at him a little bit. Just like,
Stop playing with me. Don't play with me.
How do you guys feel about this new pitch clock?
I don't like it. It's going to lead to more injuries.
It's going to be interesting because you got those veterans that they're setting their own routine a little bit.
Absolutely.
And it's like Verlander, like Scherzer.
Kershaw.
I mean, those guys try to play head games with you on the mound, so they take a lot of time just to try to trick you. And now all of a sudden, as a hitter, I can almost be relaxed because I know you got to pitch within that 20 seconds. But for hitters too, though. I mean, you talk to some of the hitters now, they have their routines now that they got to switch up. They got to be in there before 8 seconds hit.
You gotta be looking
and
like
you got to
that.
be set, ready to go. So it's going to be different, but we're going to see if it speeds up the game or not. The fact that now you got a shot clock, as I call it, and you got pitchers that can only throw over twice to a base.
Yeah, they
That
want
is
more runs,
crazy to
and they
me.
made the bases.
Yeah,
bigger.
they want to see the stolen bases come back,
They wanna
man.
get-
So
Still nobody's
if
touching
I'm
Ricky,
a
I don't care.
freaking base runner now, I'm gonna get off big time, make them throw over twice,
And if you
I'm
throw,
gonna
if you throw
just
the
have
third
fun.
time you have to get them, or they get the base anyway.
You're gone. So I would love it as a base runner, but it's going to take some adjustments, man. I think the beginning of the season is going to be fun to watch with these umpires. What are they going to do? Are they going to stick to it? Because we've seen these rules come before, but umpires just don't stick to it. A long time ago. I mean, players were supposed to stay in the box, keep your feet 1 foot in the box. You couldn't walk out of the box. And the umpires didn't hold them to it. So I think now that the world's seeing that clock tick, the pressure's on.
And they want the fans to be more into it because if it's faster, it's more runs scored. More
Younger
bases
generation,
stolen.
man.
They want it. They want
you
it
got to
all.
cater to the younger
That's what
generation.
I don't agree to it.
Technology, and you don't want to be in the stadium more than 2.5 hours if you're a younger generation.
Come on, man. That baseball atmosphere, you can stay there all night, man. Who cares?
Yeah, the
Baseball
attention,
atmosphere is
the
crazy.
attention span of a normal child now these days is like, oh, okay, let's go do something else.
Exactly, and that's what they're catering to be honest.
Unfortunately, I think it's going to lead to more injuries, specifically with the pitchers, because you're messing with their mechanics, their rhythm, the timing of it, and as that shot clock is counting down on you, you're just, oh shit, I got to let something go, and it's going to lead to more injuries. So you'll see that.
Come on, Harrison, you got spring training, man.
You got it all in spring training.
You got
to
the
get used
whole
to it, right?
spring training.
That's what
You
they
got
say.
40 days basically to get that timing down.
Okay, I'm telling you.
No, I agree with you, though. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Those senior pitchers, if you will,
Right.
the ones that are set in their ways, that are used to doing the things a certain way, unfortunately it's going to get them hurt.
And that is exactly why I'm happy the Braves got a lot of younger pitchers.
There you
man.
go.
Absolutely. But
And
one
those
thing I
Mets
noticed,
got some old timers, man.
one thing I've noticed during spring training is you get in those crunch situations, the 8th, 9th inning, bases loaded, things like that. Most time those pitchers want to take a breath, reset, and everything, but get their bearings back together. And I've seen some some spring training games already where they've had to go ahead and make that pitch, and they are not ready. They're still a little rattled trying to get themselves together, and they get teed off on. And they got, next thing you know, it's 3 or 4 runs. And they like, well, shoot, I didn't have a chance to get my composure back and take a couple of breaths. And how many mound visits do they get now? Is the mound visits go down? Is like a certain amount of mound
You
visits
still
still?
get 2 minutes.
Still get two?
two mount visits.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I just want to make sure. But I'm just, we're going to see, man. It's going to be interesting. They want more runs and more stolen bases. That's why they made the bases bigger, trying to avoid injuries as well, as far as to the people getting their fingers broken and things like that.
Right.
So they made the bases bigger. It's going to be interesting, man. It's going to
Even
be
though
really
Max
interesting.
Muncy just tore his ACL running third.
Yes.
Poor kid.
Yeah. And
I
then,
saw that. That was a rough one.
And Dodgers lost Lux.
Yeah.
They lost him. It's going to be interesting, man. The main teams I'm seeing are the ones that everybody thinks. The Padres, Braves, Yankees.
I'm throwing up the number 3. Michael Harris, Acuna, and Ozzy are all going to be in the 30 for 30 club this year.
Let's do it.
Oh,
Let's do it.
I can agree with that.
Let's
yeah.
do it. And then I'm seeing Austin Riley MVP situation again.
What, Braves 7 in the top 50?
Yeah,
seven
seven
top
players
100.
in the top
Or top
100.
100,
Yeah.
That lineup is stacked, man.
It is.
Yeah.
And
Just-
the arms, as long as the arms stay healthy, man.
See, but here's the crazy thing is with Braves fans, some of them are just very not optimistic. They're just like, oh, I don't know why people think the Braves are a good team or in general, like, I don't know what weed they're smoking. Or
I
like,
don't either. We're gonna be in the mix the next 5-6 years. We
That's
talk
what
about it all
I'm
the
saying.
time.
I think
Double A
just
playing
the
chess.
big question mark is, Will Grissom,
He's the biggest question mark
will
of the
he
season.
be the shortstop of the future for
Of the
Braves,
season, that is the
Yes.
biggest question mark.
Because
And
you
left
lose to
field, technically.
Dansby, now
Marietta
you lose
kid.
Freddie last year. Everybody complained, and we bring in a great replacement, in Olsen, and now they're banking on Grissom. And I'm gonna be honest, Alex, when he got a feel, man, he normally has a good feel, and the fact
trust
that
him.
Grissom worked with Ron Washington this whole off season, man, I feel good about the chances. And that kid, he just has, to me, he has that it. He's excited. He loves the game.
Big
He's
athlete.
early. Yeah.
big
And
athlete.
about a month ago, Ron Washington said, "Look, Dansby didn't turn to Dansby overnight. You got to give him some time,
Right.
but he has all the talent and the tools to make it happen."
Right.
How he fields, his frame, the way he swings, he reminds me of Derek Jeter.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not mad
That's
at
some
that.
big
And if
shoes.
And if he
Very
can
big
turn
shoes.
into that, man.
Yeah.
Even if
No,
he can
that'd be
turn
great.
into 60% of that.
But going into your vibe of what Atlanta fans are, because as Brian just said, they in back-to-back seasons have lost Freddie, not replaced him with Matt Olson, but trying to, right? You've now lost Dansby, trying to replace him with Grissom. Hypothetically, we don't want him to leave. We want to lock him up long term. But
Right.
if Max Fried leaves 3 years in a row,
That's gonna hurt the
That's
feelings.
the feeling that fans have, where it's just like, why are we letting these superstars just leave year after year after year? But because Double A knows what he's doing,
Right.
you got to trust.
But even so, like you got Matt Carpenter, or you got Carpenter, or no, not Carpenter. Who's
Max
the
Fried.
Max-
Chapman?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got Chapman this year, which for who's the catcher?
Oh,
Sean Murphy.
Sean Murphy. Sorry,
Yeah,
I don't know why I'm thinking Chapman.
You probably got
Yeah.
like 30 minutes of sleep from last
Yeah,
night.
it's
so
just
we
really
understand.
It's all right.
Sean Murphy, great pickup.
Oh, man,
Honestly,
huge.
him and Olsen played together back in the day, so they know the connection. That I think they're going to be coming right back. Even though losing Contreras,
Contreras. Woo!
that was a
That
rough
would
one.
hurt my feelings.
That was a gut punch
He
right
keeps saying
there.
that.
Yeah.
He's saying
He'll
he'll be back.
He'll be back.
He keeps saying that.
Is he one
He
year
said
deal?
he'll be back.
Yeah.
he's coming back.
Why do you say he's gonna be back?
He loved Atlanta. He didn't want to leave. I understand in order to get Sean Murphy, who's in my eyes the second best defensive catcher in the league, and I'm thankful to have him on the team, saving Contreras or saving Darno's knees now. But I have a feeling that Contreras will be
Where'd he
back.
go? Milwaukee.
Milwaukee. He gets
Yeah.
a chance to play
And
against his brother like
they gon' love
16 and 19 times a year now.
which is great. But
Yeah.
his brother's going to play, maybe 2 years with the Cardinals?
Till he's
No,
No, he
he
signed
is
a
literally he's
4-year deal. I think.
He's,
ready
he's
to
the
go.
he's the next Yachty.
Yeah,
until he's
gonna
ready
be
to go.
Yachty.
He can't still catch like that, though.
Yeah,
Yes, he can, man. He's still in his prime.
I like him.
I was
How old is
surprised.
Contreras?
Probably about 31, 30, 32.
I'll give him that.
I hope he stays.
I'll
healthy.
give him
I
that.
wish him
Yeah.
luck in
He's
his
been
career.
pretty healthy for
And
us.
this is- and this is
I
one of
mean, when he
those-
was the Cubs, I mean, he was just a baller.
And this is one of
stud,
those
man.
years when St. Louis is gonna probably come on up, and every other year they're good. So
They're always
Sad.
good.
They're always
they're
good.
always
Right
good.
now,
But
he-
as far as making
That's the team that drafted me, man. They always
they are
good.
They
man.
are. So
You knew when they got Paul Goldschmidt, you're like, there's another 10 years right
And
there.
then
And then
Arenado
Otto just comes
and I'm
rolling
like,
through.
man.
They setting it
I was
up. They setting it up. They
Matt
gonna be-
Carpenter's still doing his thing. So
that's one of those. Another one of those.
I
International
thought
League
they would
teams.
sign. I thought they would get Swanson over Chicago, but
That would have been nice for them.
They got the Edmund kid, though, right?
yeah,
Yes.
Edmonds
Yeah.
there.
Yes.
I was looking at the roster for, I think it was Korea or whoever it was. Edmund was at the top, and you look at the rest of the names, and it's like, I
Yep.
forgot.
they
that
got a
was-
great
that's right.
young minor league man. They got some up and
Got some
coming.
dogs coming, man.
in St. Louis. Oof.
Oh, yeah,
They
the
do.
Mason Wynn kid, and
Yeah.
then the giant first baseman that they have.
Yeah, they got some talent in
Damn
there.
it, what's his name? It'll come to me in a second. Huge kid, like 6'6".
My man
240.
Chip Curry's gonna be having some fun over there
Yeah,
in St.
man.
Louis.
I'm gonna
man.
miss him, but we got a
Yeah.
pretty good guy replacing him.
Who's managing this show down in St. Louis?
The young manager. I remember with Chip and y'all during the World Series when I was dropping off the food.
Yes.
Chip rattled him off. I was like, I didn't even know they named the manager yet, but it was like
He's a young.
Manaya, something like that.
It's not Manea, but
It's Matt Mathis?
It's a Latin guy.
But they hired him at
golly.
like 36 years old or something.
Yeah,
like that, right?
he's young. He's very young.
Chip already knew who he was, knew everything about him.
Yeah,
And I'm
he's
like,
good.
man,
He's good.
All right.
It's obviously in the family.
Obviously.
Got a few more minutes, y'all, so we're going to hit this basketball thing real quick. Real quick, we're going to hit March Madness just real quick. If y'all pay attention, who y'all got coming out?
KSU all the way.
Okay.
I am proud of KSU for making the team.
Hey, I love it, man.
KSU all the way,
That was a
baby.
Big run.
go.
Kenneth-
Go Owls.
they went crazy.
Woo-hoo!
Hey, they in there, baby. Let's go. I love that Cinderella story.
They might get a game. Realistically, they'll be
I'll
ranked
take
like
it.
7th, maybe an 8 seed,
take
which is
it.
good.
Hey, man,
Good
make
for
a
them.
Loyola run or something, man. I'm running.
No blue bloods in this one either. So Michigan's out,
Hey, I'm
Carolina's
excited
out.
about KSU making
Hey,
it.
for
though,
real,
man.
I'm ready to watch
Yeah.
those games. I'm ready to see
Florida
that.
State out of it for the first time in like 20 years under
They were
Lionel
disappointed.
Hamilton, which hurts.
Yeah.
But KSU's giving me that like Florida Gulf Coast vibe
Mm-hmm.
from a couple years ago. That alley-oop show that they brought to the tournament and stuff.
Wichita
I wish-
State.
I wish them the best of luck, but yeah, there's
When
no
the top
traditional
scorer,
powers
when
this
the
year.
top scorer name is Youngblood, oh yeah, I'm taking it. I'm
go.
riding that,
good
riding that to the bank.
Outside of them, though, I mean,
Bill Self, Kansas all the way.
I
No,
don't
they
go
got
against
last
Bill
year.
Self.
So
Who
who
Can't go,
cares?
I don't go against Bill Self. I don't really go against Izzo is my favorite college coach. I don't go against. Every time I bet against Michigan State, they end up going.
What about Houston, man? Y'all,
I was just
y'all
gonna say,
overlooking Houston.
back up to the Phi Slamma Jamma days. Like they back up at the first and number one.
It's not going to be Georgetown.
And you can't
so-
count out
Bama's- I hate to say
Gonzaga,
it,
man.
Bama's nice.
Gonzaga always found a way.
Yeah.
I'm
They always
telling you.
find a
They
way.
still got Mark. What's his name as the coach, right? Mark.
Yeah, they
Hughes
still
or
have
whatever.
him. Yep,
Yes.
they still have
Yeah, I'm
him.
going to go
Yeah.
with Gonzaga, but
Gonzaga.
probably Houston.
Houston looks nice, and I hate to say it, Bama with Miller, they look nice, man.
I was just about to say
Bama
that
looks
defense
nice.
of Bama.
They look, but Miller is going to be the number 3 pick in the draft behind Scoot and Owambe. So they're nice,
That's
man.
how you say his name. We were talking about him yesterday.
Wombe.
The
Wombe?
7'12"
Yeah.
Yeah,
French
yeah,
guy.
the
The
French guy.
French guy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
San Antonio's tanking for him, and then Scoot's going second. Whoever gets second, 'cause Scoot's a dog, and I feel like Miller from Bama's going third.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on Bama, man. That's all I say. And just a quick mention to my college team, who I like. I'm a Georgetown Hoya fan. When it comes down to it, I was an Irish fan and all that.
Patrick.
Oh,
Patrick.
poor Patrick, bud. Poor
Man.
Patrick.
He
But
was
it's
not
time
the
to go. He wasn't
answer.
recruiting.
He was not the answer.
2 years
man.
they did well with Patrick was the first 2 years Noah John Thompson's recruits.
recruits.
And now
That was
went
a
to
Curtis-
trash.
that
We
was a
didn't even win
courtesy
10
hire, yeah.
games.
He was there for how
6
long?
years.
6 years,
6
man.
years.
We
He
didn't
He
win
was,
10
he was,
games.
he was a courtesy hire.
And the only reason he made it 6 is because he's Patrick Ewing.
Because
That's the only reason.
Yeah.
Fan favorite.
That's it.
Yeah.
And
I'd
just
go
like
with that. Courtesy makes it sound
Yeah.
like it's a little backhanded, but fan favorite because he was there. Like,
Yeah.
him and Jim Boeheim did not
Griffey
want to
in
step
Seattle,
down. Okay, him and Jim Boeheim did not want to leave. But Jim Boeheim, they actually told him after the press conference,
That
look,
was
go
a-
tell these people you retiring or we going to fire
That
you.
was a weird
It was
press
because
conference.
he didn't want to
So-
leave.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm not really wanting to quit, but times
It's
the
not up to
time. I'm
me.
like, what?
Get out of here, man. Come on,
He
Jim.
been there forever.
He
You
been there
right,
forever.
man.
You knew he was
44
going
years.
down when he had his son starting for him.
40,
Like, come on, man.
Oh, Buddy Boeheim?
44 years.
Yeah.
Love Buddy.
Yeah, Buddy was good, though,
that's
man.
He was a
cool.
baller.
He was a baller, but I'm
Then
just
his
saying.
grandson playing for him,
That's
right?
what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
not a problem. Cool.
He just wanted to stay
He needs
long
no
enough to have
recruits.
his grandsons
Get the
and everybody
recruits.
play for him.
That's why
44 years and one championship.
recruits.
One championship.
Thanks, Mello.
Hey, I was going
Right.
to say, shout
Melo
out
was the first one to put something out on Twitter. Thank you, coach. But of course, that was your biggest guy.
Yeah.
Okay, we made the picks for that real quick. Your
you
Celtics.
Who'd you pick, Houston?
Yeah, you go Houston or you was with me on Bama?
I like Bama. I'm gonna be honest. I like Bama.
yeah.
Bama and
Gonzaga.
Gonzaga,
Yeah.
man.
Okay. Real quick, we got a few more minutes left before we get out of here. NBA, last little push for playoff time. We talking about your Celtics
No,
earlier.
pass.
Upset.
Strong
Okay.
pass. I'm not. I just don't want to jinx it.
No, I get it.
I texted you during that
I know,
game, like,
dude.
what
Don't
is
even start.
happening right
I literally
It was-
text you back. It's like we forgot basketball. I don't even
Hey,
know.
I like the Celtics though.
Yeah.
I really
now?
do.
One of the wildest seasons I can remember because people are giving up leads of 29 in a game.
yeah, but
been
also
crazy.
players are just dropping 70 points like there's nothing.
It's the worst
Yeah.
defensive rated year they've had in a long time. I don't know how long, but it's been a everybody's averaging like 115, 120 points a game.
D. Lillard is literally putting the staple on the fact that he is going to be recognized as the best Portland Trailblazer
Ever.
ever.
Absolutely.
Ever.
And that's
I
with
agree.
like Clyde the Glide.
That's
like everybody.
That's
like
the main
Sabonis.
other one right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Other
like-
one beside it. Brandon Roy would have been there if he didn't get hurt, but no.
I just need
Dame.
LeBron to get healthy, man. And
Lakers.
the Lakers can make that run.
And they making moves. They
Have you
winning games.
They
Have you
winning.
seen the difference betwing 5 through 12 in the West?
Yes, they
Four
like.
Oh, it's 4
I
games.
know.
It's
I
insane.
know.
You could be at 12, 4 games, you could be in 5th.
Right.
Yep.
And the Lakers are on the move right now.
They are. They've won, 2 or 3 straight without LeBron. AD going
stepping
crazy,
up,
30
yeah.
and 20.
You do agree that LeBron is probably shutting it down for the regular season and being ready for the playoffs?
If AD's going to carry him
No,
like this.
well, if
If he
AD
makes
continues to play the way he is, I
Right.
think he'll let it ride. But if they lose another game, I think he's gonna have to figure
Well,
out. I
D'Angelo
gotta
Russell
find a
just
way.
dropped what 28 points last
Yes,
night.
he
That was-
did.
He did.
And he
Yeah,
was
he-
got
that
mad.
kid, that
That's
kid
the man.
balled out.
He,
I was like,
he's trying
I'm
to
so
redeem
happy.
himself from the last Laker time he was there.
Yeah.
So when Magic got rid of him for talking too much and being shysty in the locker room.
I know every other number is basically retired for the Lakers franchise, but why did Hachimura choose 28?
Yeah, I
it just
saw
looks so weird.
It does look weird. It does.
And he's a
but
big dude too. So
Yeah.
I'm like, it
Well-
just looks weird.
he like they call him, what they call him, Japanese Jordan.
Yeah, Japanese Jordan.
I mean, but he's
Japanese
he's nice
Jordan.
pickup. He's
Also,
nice pickup.
just real quick, KD getting injured during pre-warm-ups. What are we doing?
Skinny
here?
legs, dog.
Man,
Skinny
KD,
legs.
this man cannot stay healthy to save his life. Regardless, he's the most talented, one of the most talented basketball players I ever watched. But when you get hurt and you're out for the next 2 weeks now, like,
2
come
weeks.
on.
That hurt.
Man.
That hurt him big time.
Yeah.
Just to end it off when it comes to the basketball, because we got to get ready to get out of here. Our teams are battling right now. Y'all are right ahead of us. Y'all ahead of my Hawks, but they making me angry. Still not happy about the Quinn Snyder thing, but we'll talk about that another day. But by the time we get back, we'll be right closer to the playoffs, and we can really dig into it. But coming for y'all, man. I don't want to be in this play-in. I want this number 6 seed, but
Same. Somebody needs to obviously make 6. We don't want to be in the tournament. I think Quinn Snyder's a great hire for y'all. Bam and Jimmy are stepping up once again. As long as Jimmy's healthy, he'll lead the Heat towards as far as we can go. But point guard is our issue, and I wanted Lillard years ago. Kyle Lowry came 4 years too late
Right,
for us.
right.
But,
Absolutely.
great veteran leader, defense, just trying to capitalize on that window. The window is closing.
absolutely. I
agree.
All right, man. It's been a great show, man. Thank you for coming, Brian.
My pleasure, man.
Thank
I
you
had
for coming
fun.
back, Drew.
Always.
Glad to have you. Anytime you want to come back, man, let us know. We'll bring you in. Great show today. My brother, as always.
Please and thank you one more time. Shout out to Drew. Thank you, Brian, for being on the show. GH Show 15 is the promo code. We appreciate you guys. Customers get free shipping. We get a kickback as well if you guys don't mind. Check out these sweet ass tumblers. They are pretty cool from Karma Creations, mykarmacreations.com. Shout out to the M. Alex Broadcasting Company and Power 108.9. That was show number 9. If you're feeling fine, thanks for joining us, everybody.
Peace out.